Pack your glamping shirt because we are renting an RV for the first time. Here are 8 things you need to know right now about renting an RV for the first time. If you do not enjoy camping in a tent or a pop-up camper or outside in the nakedness of nature, you will enjoy an RV trip. Newbies are going to discover that renting an RV is easy, it's cleaner, and it is much more enjoyable. If you are a non-camper, you are going to enjoy renting a motor vehicle. An RV rental, ours was $200 a night because we rented 500 miles. That's 100 miles per day that you rent from your rental company. We chose Cruise America because that was located where we needed to rent an RV. And then if you go under that amount, under 500 miles, you're going to get reimbursed 35 cents per mile. And then if you go over 500 miles in your 5-day or however many days you rented it, period, then you will owe them 35 cents per mile. We kept it to 3 miles under 500 miles, so we kind of broke even. In an RV, you are going to see so many different cities, so many different sites in America that you would not see if you were going on a vacation to one certain city. RVing through the mountains, the golden green waves of grain, God bless America, my home sweet home. You're going to enjoy renting an RV for the first time. Number 2, you will have quality family time. Being stretched and pulled out of your comfort zone is good for you. You know that as a parent. And campsites have wonderful detailed websites these days that give you the details you need. I wish we would have looked on TripAdvisor to see like actual renter pictures of like the showers, because that is really important to me. But you're camping, I mean, get over it. It's going to be a little rough some of the times. It's going to be a little less clean in some areas, but that's one thing we would have done. Our first campground was White Oak Campground, and it was wonderful. It had a pool, it had a playground. We have a 12-year-old and he brought a friend. And then all of the campgrounds have playgrounds and pools. But the second one we stayed at was called a family campground. And when you see that, you'll know that they have many more activities in one area that are geared just for kids, so that they feel independent and they're playing with each other and the parents get to have a vacation. RV also means relaxing vacation, as it does mean recreational vehicle. Our child experienced breaking down on the side of a highway because we blew a tire, and he got the giggles after waiting for so long. He experienced that. He got to experience blue collar tire center talk and guys talk and the way they look and act, and that's glamping to me. Okay, we got the kids to experience things they wouldn't normally experience in a hotel or a resort vacation spot. Number 3, you and or your spouse will know how to work everything on and in the RV, and you will know how to troubleshoot. For instance, we have our AC tripped, my husband said, and he knew immediately to go under the sofa and flip a switch, and our vacation was not interrupted by this problem, and it never happened again, just so you know, for your research for renting an RV for the first time. When you rent an RV, you are going to choose it by the length of the RV. Like we chose a 32-foot RV, and that means that our master mattress, bedroom mattress, is going to be a queen size, and the loft mattress above the cab of the RV was going to be a queen size mattress as well. And then you can also use the table, the kitchen table, take it up and down and attach it to the sofas or the benches by the table, and that's another queen size mattress as well. So that's how you determine the size of your RV. Then you're going to commit to watching the rental company's videos. Y'all, these videos to rent an RV, these videos are golden. They are for your good, so that when the AC trips, you know immediately how to fix it. You have to commit on there, you have to sign electronically on the website of Cruise America saying, yes, I watched these 2 25-minute videos. And therefore, on a vacation, if something happens, I'm not going to have to spend 25 minutes trying to figure out, or on the phone with somebody trying to figure out how to fix something. I will know what to do, and our vacation is spared. It gives you the peace of mind and you can continue your vacation because you watch two 25-minute videos. One of the awesome things about renting an RV for me is being able to go to the restroom while you are driving down a highway or a back road. And when we rented the RV, they give you a little blue tablet of powder that is an odor neutralizer and a dissolver. And you put that in with the first use, and then every time you dump, like at your first campground, when you leave that campground, you're gonna dump at their dump station and then drive to your next campground. Well, after each dumping, then you need to add a new tablet. So we did have to buy more of those. Paying for gasoline is a little bit expensive, so be sure to add that to your budget. We flew to Virginia and then we went into Pennsylvania, so we did have to rent a kitchen set. The RVs do not come with forks and mugs and skillets and pots or tea kettles. Number 4, an RV is a moving hotel suite. It has all of the conveniences of a hotel room and your home on wheels. You have beds, you have a kitchen, you have a bathroom, you have all of that right there on 4 or 6 wheels. Now our shower was 4 feet tall. I mean, like, we felt like Elf using the shower in the movie Elf. So we never used the RV shower. But the boys, after being in a gaga ball pit, if you don't know what gaga ball is, look it up, it's so fun. They were in a sandy gaga ball pit, and so they washed off their feet one night in the shower. And that tank gets, that water that you use in the shower is in with the tank of the sink, okay? So it can fill up really fast. When you're washing dishes, the water that is used while you're washing the dishes goes down the drain into a tank. The water from your shower that you have used goes into that same tank. And these buttons on the side, like right by the kitchen, it will show you how full that tank has gotten. So after 2, maybe 3 homemade meals, you will need to empty out that tank, and it's very easy to do. I helped my husband do it by pulling out the hose and letting it run down the drain that's in the dirt behind the RV. When you use the toilet, that also goes into a tank and with the little blue tablets that I told you about. And then when you're leaving the campground, they have dump stations. You just attach the hose, do it, and it's a great way for kids to experience something gross that isn't really gross. They don't get dirty. You'll have to wash your hands, but you're not going to get dirty. And you will do it, you will learn how to do it, and you will know, because you watched the video, how to do it just as easily as Uncle Eddie did. And the best part about having a moving hotel suite is that you don't have to pack up every time you move to a new city. Your stuff is already put away in the cabinets. You can see beside the bedroom, we had cabinets. My cabinet, it would hold my suitcase, so I kept my suitcase in there. We had 10 towels and we had enough space to store our towels in the bathroom cabinet and the cabinets above our bedroom. Number 5, the kids are going to feel so cool because they can play on electronics and eat lunch while they are sitting at the kitchen table in their RV and driving down an interstate. Number 6, the storage is okay for what you will be needing to use in your RV. The refrigerator, I was surprised at how large it was. I'm 5'8", and it was as tall as I am. It was just more narrow. But we were able to store enough food in the fridge for 5 days worth of meals. We did eat out like three or four times during lunch and one dinner, but so you will have enough room. One thing I suggest doing, just for your cleanliness mentality, I would line those drawers with a paper towel just so I felt a little cleaner. Next time I would bring like storage containers of Tupperware that I can store like dry food under the kitchen table or in between the 2 captain chair, the driver and the passenger chairs. I did feel like I needed more room for that kind of stuff, like cereal, boxes of noodles, boxes of popcorn, that kind of thing. We bought a bag of gallon Ziploc baggies, and that's how we stored our leftover noodles or our leftover box of Nutter Butters that I almost ate half of the first 2 days, and then I finished it off the last 3 days. But anyway, the leftover marshmallows from s'mores, you can store the ones that you don't use in a Ziploc baggie. It just helps not attract ants or other bugs. We had the cabinets above the sink, which was mainly for plates and bowls and that kind of thing. So we did store like aluminum foil and the baggies up there, and we also used storage above the kitchen table. So we had an extra cabinet for that. And there's a little bitty narrow and long cabinet above the front door of the RV that we use to store our dry products. But I would have bought, and you will also need water bottles. Like I said earlier, you cannot use the sink water for anything. You can store those water bottles in between the front two driver's seat and the passenger seat, or you can just put them in the back. Underneath the RV, there is so much storage. You can see we had 2 suitcases, and we have so much more room in there. You can store kayaks, you can store camping chairs, which we did. We borrowed from our friend Noelle. And we had so much room under there for all of our suitcases. We flew to Virginia, remember, and then we RV'd it from there to Pennsylvania. So, just so you know, Cruise America offered to keep all of our suitcases at their rental unit for us while we were on our vacation. So that's an option for you. I thought that was awesome. Number 7, there is no dishwasher. You are it. I would bring lots of paper towels. I would also bring dish towels just to lay on your countertop, which is very minimal. There is not a lot of countertop. Like, I had to use a cutting board on the kitchen table. There was no room for me to use a kitchen cutting board on the counter. Bring dish towels because you're washing dishes after every meal. Bring the dish towels, put those on, and dish towels to dry them off with. So you need at least 4 dish towels extra. Number 8, there was no coffee maker in the whole RV, and you couldn't even rent one as an option, okay? So we used this awesome little cup that my husband uses for when he travels. It is called the Bow-Do, I believe. And what you do is you boil water, and make sure you use bottled water in an RV or a gallon of water, not the sink water, even to boil it. You boil some bottles of water, in the kettle, boil some bottles of water, and then pour that in here on top of your coffee grounds. And it's like for this size cup, and it's gonna be about a 16 ounce or 12 ounce cup of coffee. You're gonna put 2.5 tablespoons of grounds in the bottom of this cup, and then pour boiling water on top of it, all the way to the top. And then you're gonna suction it with this French press. It's a to-go French press cup, basically. And screw on the top and let it sit for 4 minutes, and it's gonna steep and all that stuff. And then with the plunger, you just go firmly but slowly, you push it all the way down to the bottom. And what's great about this cup is you could use this cup to drink your coffee, or like I did, I poured it into my coffee mug, and then he made his own cup of coffee. So that's an option for you if you have to have coffee every morning like we do. When we were thinking back about our awesome RV trip, we were thinking, what would we have brought if we had done this again? We would have brought an aluminum mug, because the coffee cups in the rental RV were this small, and we're not used to drinking that little coffee anymore, and you have to keep making a cup or refilling it and microwaving it to keep it warm enough. I would just bring an aluminum cup. We would also bring plastic gloves, because when you're washing hands so much, when you're handling the dump pipes, the water pipes, all those things, it just would help me feel better to have plastic gloves. I would also bring more antibacterial wipes. I would also bring more dish towels. I would also bring a Sharpie. We did not buy gallon jugs of water. We bought bottles of water. And with all 4 of us drinking bottles of water a lot during the day, and then rolling, or somebody putting it on the kitchen counter, and I thought I put it on the kitchen counter, it would help if we had just written names on water bottles for that day. We would also bring shoes that you can walk through a muddy campground with. One night it poured the entire night, which sounds so relaxing while you're sleeping. But the next day when we arrived at this campground, it was completely muddy right where we were supposed to step out from our RV. So that's one thing to think about. We ended up buying one of those old-timey plastic tablecloths that has the flannel material underneath, and we put that all underneath our stoop for stepping out. We would also bring a towel for the inside of the RV, like just to catch more dirt that you could shake out every day. Cruise America provided us with a little towel just for our steps, and you would be amazed at how much mulch it caught, and we would just shake it out, and it was a completely white towel. But we would shake it out every day and then put it right back on the steps. You do, if you rent the kitchen rental set, you do get a broom, and we recommend sweeping out every night or every afternoon before you start cooking. Choose a time of day and just sweep out every day. That's one chore that one child can do very easily and quickly. We forgot our car charger, I think, since we flew, but it just needs, for this RV, you just need a regular car charger plug that fits into the lighter of the RV. We also would have brought a string of lights because you want to sit outside with the fire going at night, and it's nice to have just a string of light to add some festivity and some light to find your way back to the RV. Like if you go to the restrooms to take a shower, you can find your RV more easily. You have a flashlight. Anyway, it's just something festive and fun and super cheap. I'll link some below on Amazon. Also, to hold up your string of lights, you need these magnetic clips that will clip or magnetize to the side of your RV, and that will hold up your string of lights. And I don't know if you're gonna need this. Think about it for your string of lights and how long it is, or how long your string of lights is, but you might need to buy a portable, like 6 foot or 3 foot long extension cord so that you can plug it in. Your generator you do pay for by the hour, but it's not very expensive at all. But you can use the generator while you're driving. Mainly you'll use it when you are not hooked up to the electricity of a campground. Now, the things I did not like about RVing, I did enjoy going RVing. I did not like feeling damp all the time. You know, inside an RV you have the box air conditioner, and you just can't help but feel a little damp from that. Also, the towels felt like they never got dry, and it's almost like they just smelled like mold because they were never dry over 6 days. I also think, just for me, because I just want to feel clean and drier, I think 6 days was too long of a rental for me for my first go round. I would recommend 4 days. That would be 3 nights. Something for you to think about. Thank you for popping over to my Laurie Pop channel, Ideas That Pop. If you enjoyed this video or got something from this video, please leave me a comment below. If you're watching me on your phone, you will have to go all the way to the bottom to leave me a comment, but I appreciate any kinds of comments. Pop over again soon, and happy glamping.